Good morning, everyone. I want to thank you all for coming together this morning for our common interest, the well-being and future of Gardner. I appreciate your attendance, and Christy's already mentioned some of the special guests, but I've got a few of my own. I see my wife, Melissa, my son, Josh, and my father, Louis, all in attendance as well. I'm glad y'all could make it this morning. Other special guests, and I think we can call them that, are these folks over here, and these folks over here, the previous mayors of Gardner, Kansas. These elected officials, each in their own way and in their own era, set the stage for the success we both enjoyed today and anticipate in the future. A quote linked to many, but attributed to Sir Isaac Newton, may express why I appreciate these former mayors. If I have seen further, it is by standing on the shoulders of giants. The dedication of our previous mayors and council members has paved the way for the future we now embrace. They provide the vantage point we currently have to see the future as full of potential and opportunity. I feel privileged and honored to serve through history with these advocates for our city and to be counted among them. But before we turn to the accomplishments of 2013 and the promise of 2014, I would also like to call your attention to yet another set of special guests. These, not yet filled, soon to be photos of distinction. These empty places are not just here because it allowed us to get two frames that matched, although that was nice. It is to remind us that our work is never complete. We are never done. Those who follow after us will take the work we do now to benefit future generations. To those future leaders, I say thank you for the opportunity to pave the way and contribute to this great city of Gardner. The future is bright for Gardner. The city of Gardner spent 2013 busily preparing for future growth and opportunities. As we all know, the city of Gardner has struggled to keep pace with rapid growth. Our neighboring Johnson County communities have enjoyed growth through the end of the 20th century and into the 21st, and Gardner has led the way, benefiting from an ideal combination of location, resources, and opportunity. Gardner has grown exponentially during this period. The city's population nearly doubled in size each of the last 4 decades. Even if this remarkable growth slows to half of the past rates, Gardner will become home to more, or as many, as 30,000 people by 2020. Much of 2013 was spent aligning the city's resources in preparation for the opportunities the future will bring. Early in 2013, Gardner welcomed new members to the governing body. Steve Shute was elected to represent the citizens. I left my seat as a council member after being elected mayor. And Planning Commission chairperson, Tori Roberts, was appointed to fill that seat after years of serving on the Planning Commission and the Board of Zoning Appeals. The governing body worked together to establish rules of procedure, which ensure collaboration and civility in all matters regarding our duties. These procedures help foster civic engagement, which is really just a fancy way of saying citizen participation. We've seen more citizens attend city council meetings and interactive workshops like the Citizen Police Academy and the Comprehensive Plan workshops, and we welcome even more. Existing community partnerships were renewed with USD 231, Johnson County and Kansas state government, and new partnerships were established with regional businesses such as Quick Trip and Perkins. A vision of what Gardner will be in the future began to form through the collaborative efforts of elected officials, city staff, and community members. Much was accomplished in 2013. These include, but are certainly not limited to, adoption of a new budgeting process. We initiated an update of the comprehensive plan. We revitalized strategic planning, and we developed community outreach programs to understand the needs of Gardner and the potentials of tomorrow. City Administrator Cheryl Harrison Lee introduced a visioning process, which includes constructive input from citizens and community partners, as well as professional contributions from city staff. As part of this visioning process, the City Council adopted 4 intertwined strategic goals. 1, promote economic development. 2, improve the quality of life in our community. 3, ensure maintenance and development of adequate infrastructure. 4, provide a high level of fiscal stewardship. The implementation of these goals can be seen in some of the major accomplishments of 2013. Let us now take a look at each of these goals in detail. Goal 1, promote economic development. We talk about economic development all the time, but we should first ensure everyone knows what it means. Economic development generally refers to the sustained, intentional actions of elected officials and community members, such as developers, builders, community leaders, and that promote the standard of living and economic health of a specific area. That means economic development strives to create an environment where people want to live, work, and play. Economic development creates the environment for businesses to grow, families to flourish, and communities to foster a sense of place. Economic development is an investment in opportunities for business, employees, and communities alike. It supports growth and opportunity that interconnects us all. It's a lot more than getting a quick trip to come to town, although that was a significant accomplishment in 2013. It's about making Quick Trip want to come to town. It's about being a community that embraces growth and development, that provides a skilled workforce and neighborhoods people want to live in. To support this goal, an update of the comprehensive plan began in 2013 and will continue through much of 2014. The comprehensive plan is being developed with participation and input from citizens, our faith community, business partners, and elected officials. When complete, it will represent a blueprint for what Gardner wants for its future. The vision, goals, and policies that are a product of the comprehensive plan will become part of the city's business plan. This plan will guide staff over the next 20 years on how to invest in and place infrastructure, how the community is developed, and how people will move through the city. The city also began the process of creating a structured economic development strategy. This strategy will ensure the governing body and city staff are good stewards of tax dollars used for any investment made or incentive offered for development. Economic development activities such as marketing, rebranding, and building internal capacity will allow the city to lead the future development the city wants to attract and can sustain. You'll be hearing a lot more about economic development. In 2014, you'll see an emphasis on branding and marketing our community so that others realize the potential that exists in Gardner. To ensure that the message is heard, we became a community partner in the Kansas City Area Development Council. We are long-term members of the Southwest Johnson County Economic Development Council and the newly renamed Chamber of Commerce for Southwest Johnson County. Together, these organizations promote our resources and work to build the community we'll be in the next 5, 10, and even 20 years. This is our legacy. The work we do here will determine the kind of city Gardner will be for our children and grandchildren. A Native American proverb says, "We do not inherit the earth from our ancestors. We borrow it from our children." I believe the investments we are making in the future of Gardner will be ones we are proud to leave for our children. Goal number 2, improve quality of life in our community. The city identified key focus areas to support the quality of life available for residents: safety, community and neighborhood quality, leisure and cultural activities, and volunteerism. We want Gardner to be a safe community. The Gardner Police Department is directly connected to our safety in many more ways than most realize. I'm sure you noticed a new look for our police officers last year. New uniforms made their first appearance during the Johnson County Fair. And while those uniforms aren't made of Kevlar, they do add to our sense of security by giving our officers a very professional appearance of authority and respect in the community. Under the direction of our new police chief, Jerry Cullenber, the first Citizens Police Academy was held in 2013. This interactive series provides citizens with an opportunity to meet and interact with Gardner police officers while learning about the structure and activities of the police department. Topics covered in the academy included patrol procedures, criminal law, officer safety, traffic enforcement, and investigations, and included a tour of the Johnson County Adult Detention Center and the new crime lab. The first session was so successful that the second session is already scheduled for the spring, and the available seats are nearly filled. We look forward to educating our citizens and developing a network of support in the community. Responding to quality of life issues requires community engagement. As part of the city's commitment to civic engagement, several improvements were made in 2013 to the electronic delivery of information. Enhancements to the information available on the city's webpage and social media outlets make it easier to access information where and when you need it. Both the Gardner Police Department and Gardner Parks and Recreation joined the City of Gardner on Facebook in 2013. These departmental pages allow citizens and customers to receive timely updates and communication from city staff. Community feedback is also encouraged through these electronic resources, ensuring services and programming continue to serve the needs of Gardner. In an effort to better communicate with citizens, the city launched a new digital publication service. The city can upload documents and they can be viewed digitally as a booklet on a desktop computer or a tablet or a smartphone. Digital publications now available include the 2014 budget, city newsletters, and Parks and Recreation activity guide. Gardner Parks and Recreation also released an improved online calendar of activities and special events. This new calendar provides citizens with up-to-date information on programs, community events, and Parks and Recreation facilities, while links allow easy access to registration forms, costs, and other information. We committed to funding even more enhancements to facilitate the digital connection in our citizens and businesses' demand. In 2014, we'll develop an improved website to facilitate even better communication with our constituents. And we haven't overlooked the value of good, old-fashioned, face-to-face communication. We continue to look for avenues to engage the Gardner community in conversation about the future of Gardner. You'll see this in the comprehensive plan meetings that ask for citizen feedback, and in partnerships the city is developing with the faith community and the youth of Gardner. And know that the City Council is always available for public input. We are your elected officials. We represent all the voices of Gardner. So be sure your voice is heard, whether it's in person, by telephone, by mail, or by email. Goal number 3, ensure maintenance and development of adequate infrastructure. Some of the more obvious investments in infrastructure in 2013 include the opening of the Big Bull Wastewater Treatment Plant, built in cooperative partnership with the City of Edgerton, and recently announced as winning a Capstone Award from the Kansas City Business Journal. We completed a new and improved Grand Street in partnership with USD 231, providing access to our newest schools. But not all infrastructure is obvious. As a matter of fact, infrastructure by its very nature is frequently the invisible behind-the-scenes work that supports the public face of our city. We've made great improvements to provide this invisible support to our citizens. Asset management represents an investment in city resources that ensures the delivery of services. This includes an investment in the city's human assets, our employees. In 2013, 16 different employees were recognized for providing 205 years of combined service. Also in 2013, the city recruited and hired 34 new staff members. This mix of experience and fresh ideas provides the employees of the City of Gardner with great ability to identify issues and to work collaboratively to find solutions. To support this culture of service, we reorganized internally to work more efficiently. We hired 3 senior management positions, including the Chief of Police, Public Works Director, and Community Development Director. To ensure a high-performance workforce, a new annual performance appraisal process was created, rewarding employees for a commitment to quality and continuous improvement. The employees of the City of Gardner are the foundation for all services provided to our community, and a plan to support and sustain them is as important as the maintenance of city equipment. The City Council committed to the first year of a 3-year plan to revise the technology infrastructure, which supports every service the city provides and is the foundation for our interface with citizens. This plan includes deploying a continuity and disaster recovery plan, establishing network standard equipment, improving network performance, speed, and supportability. City equipment, buildings, and facilities are all being evaluated through the soon-to-be-released capital improvement plan. Existing infrastructure will be maintained and investments in future assets carefully planned to facilitate the delivery of city services as well as support economic development growth. All these elements of asset management are part of a plan to be good stewards of city property. This allows us to protect our investments, manage maintenance, and plan for growth so that we may be prepared to meet both the present and future needs of our community. Goal number 4, provide a high level of fiscal stewardship. The previous 3 goals all depend on this 4th goal, sound financial planning. We've got to be able to manage our resources and plan for the future expenses to protect the taxpayers, but do this while maintaining the level of service our citizens expect and support the ability to grow that our community needs to be competitive and successful in the 21st century. We implemented cost savings across the city in 2013 by realigning and reorganizing resources and services, and gained efficiencies in operations. Budget expenditures were reduced mid-year by 3.6%, resulting in savings of about $160,000. An additional $200,000 was saved in reduction to our budgeted debt service. We expect to save an additional estimate of nearly $450,000 in bond financing in 2014 because of careful financial management. And we did not raise the mill levy for our taxpayers. Now we're aligning resources to make the most of grant opportunities in 2014 and hope to stretch our budget even further. The City Council embraced a new budgeting process for the 2014 budget. Priority-based budgeting is a long, multi-year planning process that includes evaluating results and adjusting the process as needed. Priority-based budgeting allows the governing body and city staff to be excellent stewards of taxpayer dollars. We make strategic decisions with limited resources and monitor and correct the plan as necessary throughout the year to ensure the success and sustainability of city services. We're now beginning the second year of this process, and we look forward to seeing the benefits of this plan in action. So now, let's take a look at what's planned for 2014 and the near future. Look for a focus on our citizens. We will continue to enhance the communication tools that link our citizens with our city through a redesigned webpage and increased opportunities for involvement. We'll be seeking increased civic engagement on key policy issues and decisions. We anticipate several new boards or commissions coming together as we implement our strategic goals. In particular, we'll be looking for participation in an economic development advisory group to help guide our future growth. Look for a focus on our partners. We will continue to reach out and engage our partners, the Gardner-Edgerton Unified School District, our neighboring communities, and our county and state officials. Together, we can do more than any of us can do alone. And look for a focus on city assets. A capital improvement plan is being formulated now and will be ready for formal consideration soon. We've got to have the infrastructure and tools to support the maintenance, growth, and development that will come from implementing our other goals. Like I said earlier, the city of Gardner has a bright future filled with much opportunity. The foresight and planning and preparation of 2013 provides a strong foundation for the city's unique strategic position as we embrace what the future has to offer. But this is not just a one-year process. I encourage you to watch as the City of Gardner continues the important work of 2013 into 2014 and beyond. Your governing body values rich traditions, draws strength from our current resources, and looks to the future with confidence and pride to lead our community with the courage to face obstacles, drive to achieve greatness, and vision to do the unexpected. We are part of a proud tradition of leaders who guide Gardner into the future. Gardner is where the trails divide, and it is also where opportunities converge. A prosperous and hopeful future for us all. Thank you.